Good evening, everyone. This is Brother Benson, and I'm blessed today to have a guest with us who is a friend also and a leader. We just want to share more about the situation or the current state of the nation with him. Habari gani rafiki yangu?
Mzuri sana. How are you?
I'm good. It's been long time.
Great. Yeah, it has been a while,
Yeah,
but I'm really happy to see how the channel is growing.
yeah,
Every day you bring in leaders,
yeah.
people who are enlightening us, and I think that's the greatest contribution that you can make to our nation.
Thank you so much, and we also appreciate you for squeezing in your time. I know it's kind of very late, but we appreciate so much also for giving us time to come and share with us on some of the issues that you might have different opinion with what our viewers have. And let me take this opportunity to thank the following on the comment section. My good friend Tony Muhammad, thank you so much for joining us, and Kevin Makobura also too. Thank you so much for joining us. Let's go to the main topic of today. We just want to ask you on your own view, what is the state of our nation today?
Great. Before I delve into that,
Yeah,
let me greet our viewers. My name is Isaac Mutua, or you can call me Mutua Ndeto. So I love our country. I really take part when it comes to development programs in our nation. You know, anything that adds up to the economic growth. I think to me, it really makes me feel like I have a purpose to really fight for the rights of our youth, the rights of our women, so that we ensure that through good governance, we can be able to lead our country or to take our country to another level. To come to your question on the state of the nation, I know not only if someone is maybe a guest in our country, all of us can see what is happening, especially in the executive, you know, also in the legislature. The UDA or the Kenya Kwanza government was elected 2 years ago. Actually, we were so passionate, majority of us, including myself. I really spend my time convincing people, you know, campaigning day and night so that our man, uh, the person who used to purport that he is the savior of our nation, you know, he is the main hustler. I think the narrative by then would attribute only to his winning trust, maybe among the very many people in Kenya who ended up even giving the government that we formed votes. But having said that, since then, a lot has changed, where we used to see the big and good relationship between the president and the deputy, together with the Kenya Kwanza team, you know. It has been a journey. And until sometimes 2023, there started to be diversions when it comes to how the two leaders, especially the president and his deputy, their relations. It started to raise some questions, you know. And I think to date, the situation is really deteriorating. And I would say this, that I don't think things are as bad as they are brought in the light of the media.
yeah,
I think there is a lot of things that William Samoei Ruto is trying to cover by trying to really push this impeachment of the deputy president, Rigathi Gachagua. Because if you come to see, to think of it, you realize, remember in the month of June, this is when we had the mother of all protests led by Gen Z. And they were so clear on why they went to protest, that there is no good governance. This is a government of promises without fulfillment. Our members of parliament, our governors, we just elected them, but we are seeing a lot of nothing, you know? So in short, the Gen Z were trying to tell Mr. President to speed up of the youth programs that he promised Kenyans, the good economy that he promised Kenyans, all these things. But, you know, the president ended up even breaking the cabinet and returning majority of those people who used to be in the first cabinet. You know, that tells you that the president is so political. These are people who do not care about that old woman deep in the village, that child who is going to school without food, you know?
Yeah.
If they can end up even returning the very same people to serve Kenyans, even when we say we do not want so and so. And during the very same time, the president came out and said that he knows even who funded the protest. And you remember him talking about the Fund Foundation. And he said he is going to ensure that whatever the support that they are giving the civil society organizations, it will be curtailed by the government. But yesterday, when I was maybe trying to find out what the president is doing in the US, you know, he went himself and actually said that he was misquoted, and he apologized to the Ford directors, you know. So, and this created a lot of tension in me on what kind of a person or what kind of a character our president is having, you know. On the other hand, we have seen the close allies of the president, led by the majority leader. Every time, you know, they are campaigning about Rigathi Gachagua, you know, and the things they are fronting, why that they want to impeach him, it's only that Gachagua is talking about the mountain. He is uniting the people of the mountain, and they are saying that, look, Gachagua, you are elected to be the face of the nation, not to represent only a certain group. But we should not forget that we are in Kenya, where our politics are so tribal. You know, without the ethnic support, in Kenya, I don't think you can make it to such high levels as presidency. So, but I think all these shenanigans about impeachment of Gachagua, about we don't want who, it's to hide the evil that is in this government, you know?
Yeah. Okay.
For example,
Let me go before you go to the example that I want to ask you. You're talking about impeachment is kind of like to hide the evil or some of malpractices that they don't want them to come to the public so that the people could not discuss. Because right now, as we speak about impeachment, how is impeachment going to improve the health sector, especially about the contract that we are now been signed of 104 billion? That is between two companies, whereby the Safaricom is only going to get the 10% out of it, and the remaining 90 is going to go to this company. And we are not even being told what was wrong with NHIF. Why are we migrating from NHIF to the new health system? That is one. Yeah. So why is that one so?
Every government comes with new strategies, maybe to better the governing system, or even to fight new ways of advancing corruption, you know, because just like you have observed, if they were to improve NHIF to fit what is missing, for example, if it is some data that about the patient that is missing, you know, if it is some content or even some components that are missing, which may be so vital, I think it's better to improve, because it will cost Kenyans even less, you know, in terms of even orientation and training for those who will be now be operating the shift. I think that's where the whole evil is hidden, you know, where we are told that we have to hire or to give contract to a certain company who will be running this system. I don't think that is what was happening with NHIF, because the reason why we have a government, it is to offer services to the people. And the government employs civil servants. And whenever you see the government trying to bring in a private sector in its dealing, that's where you find things start going berserk. And do not misquote me.
Yeah.
If it is a development project, for example, like a road or a SGR, that is okay, because within some time, you will be able to collect all the money and give back to whoever the investor was. But imagine of a situation where you are giving an equity to a government parastatal, where even after completing, for example, the renovation, whatever whatever that you are doing, rebuilding the systems and that, someone says that I will retain a certain percentage, which I'll be getting from this system or from this organization, you know? I do not think that is right, because I believe in Kenya, we have the right expertise, people who can be employed even without bringing in foreigners to manage our affairs or to manage our facilities, you know? So what I think about this transition from NHIF to SHIF, this is another conduit of brooding corruption, you know, because they will be able to account various money, but at the end, whose pocket is it getting? Is it really helping us, you know? And one thing we should not forget, Brother Benson, is when Ruto was campaigning, going around the nation, his language was that mama boga. His language was mtu ya boda boda. His language was those low in the society, you know, people living with disabilities. But look, the kind of policies, starting from even the rejected finance bill, you know, it is just to milk the very mama boga, the very mtu ya boda boda. It leaves you without nothing than to be a slave.
Okay, thank you. But now, when you look at ideology, or when you look at the campaign, when you reflect back, because I think we were with you in one platform whereby we used to discuss the issues to do with the leadership and on how good leadership and governance could come. And at some point, we would disagree on the platform. You remember, sometimes people would be blocked because of selling. You know, there was not that kind of like transparency due to the affiliation that we had. You know, but when you look at it now, do you think this is now the perfect time that the Kenya should reflect on how to get sober leadership?
Kenyans are still asleep
Mhm.
because I remember how Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta was confronted with opposition. You know, when he told us that he has worked with one William Samoei Ruto, he knows him better, and he is advising the mountain or the mountain community to vote in Raila Amolo Odinga, you know?
Mhm.
And barely 2 years, people are already seeing the sense behind. There are no completed roads, you know,
Mhm.
even the very housing program. Maybe I would love to see someone who is saying, I live in a residence where I can see that government apartment and people are already living there. There is a lot of money that is being taxed, those people who are employed, especially the middle income earners, you know.
Yeah.
A lot of money is collected, but no accountability, you know. The only accountability is to transfer money from one ministry to another. It is to provide supplementary budgets where even what is budgeted in the parliament, if it
Mhm.
is, for example, to take the people of Nyandarua Road, you find another priorities comes up and that money is supplemented to you to do that priority, and we leave out the roads. So to answer you, I would say that it's a high time that Kenyans have opened their eyes, especially through the Gen Z movement. And let us keep educating Kenyans.
Mhm.
Civic education, why your vote matters, you know? If someone do not want to hear that one voter for 1 shilling, then you are telling me that the reason why I do vote actually, it does not have a lot of meaning, you know, because there is something we call equality, and also there is something we call equity. And equality is where you divide the resources by the number of people living in a certain region, you know,
Mhm.
because we are not developing lands, we are empowering humanity, you know. But equity is where now you reason. Even if I'm distributing this amount of money,
Mhm.
uh, how many of the people in that region are able to sustain their lives? You know, what is the poverty rate of a certain, for example, if I say the poverty rate of Nairobi, you may find it is so different from the poverty rate of maybe Kiambu or
Mhm.
even Kisumu. So that's where equity comes in. So I think all these metrics, we
Mhm.
should see whoever the minister, whoever who is maybe proposing various bills in parliament, we should see them applying all these metrics and trying to make sense to the common person why this amount is given to this region and why it is not like this. Because, Brother Benson,
Mhm.
if we continue like this,
Yeah.
and for example, the Mount Kenya region, for example, there is coffee, there
Yeah.
is tea. If you see the economy, it is really big, and people are really contributing to this GDP of our country. But if you tell me that you are really giving back so small, and yet these are the business owners, they are the investors, so they are paying a lot of tax, so should be given a lot.
But let me ask you, because during the BBI, those are one of the things that the BBI that was brought in by Right Honorable Prime Minister and Uhuru Kenyatta was trying to solve issues, especially looking at the larger central Kenya, because look at the population, look at the economy. They give much, but maybe what they get when it comes to distribution method, they don't get as much as they produce, right? But like you find like the Mount Kenya really resisted that. Yeah. Why did they resist that? Yet this thing was working for them.
Uh, if you remember so well, IEBC was to go back to every region.
Yeah.
Then they just find out which are these constituencies that need to be split so that at least one constituency do not have a lot of people, because the mantra was the NGCDF, the amount given to, for example, Kinangop constituency, and the amount given to also Ruiro constituency, plus compared to maybe some other constituencies where we have like 20,000 people.
Yeah.
And some big constituencies, for example, in Ruiro, you find a constituency hosting nearly 400, 500,000 people, If you are giving the same amount, 140 million, to Ruiro and to another county, another constituency, which has low volume of people, do you think there is any fair share there?
No.
So, and we found that in Mount Kenya, there were only very few proposed constituencies which were to be added. I think two. Then, if you compare with places like maybe the coastal region where there are no more people, they were proposing to add even more constituencies. The aspect of equity is like neglected. So, and that's why I think a lot of the Mount Kenya leaders, they resisted that.
So even if they continue to resist, but like we are seeing, even in when it comes to impeachment of Gachagua, I've heard Wamushomba keep of complaining about 250 billion that was set aside for the roads of Mau Mau, that was reallocated to other areas, and still, instead of the leaders from that area finding a way of now how was that money reallocated, but they bring in the impeachment of Rigathi Gachagua. That is, how then does we say that by impeaching Gachagua is going to settle all those the challenges that the region is facing?
That's why I started by telling you that this whole shenanigans around impeachment of Gachagua, it is just to divert our attention. And I do not think Kithure Kindiki is a good match. Even if he is a very good leader, he is good in what he is doing, but I don't think if today he is nominated or elected as the deputy president, I don't think whatever Gachagua is going through will come to an end. Reason being, Gachagua has always been talking about he is a truthful man. So the other day he said he would not like to tell people lies because he really contributed so much to William Samoei Ruto becoming the president with over 3 million votes from the mountain,
Yeah.
So, like Gadonwa Mushomba was saying, Ruto, let us face it. This guy is ni mtu tu wa kusema tumetenga, ni mtu wa kusema we are going sijui to employ youth. The other day you find he went to Germany after those bilateral talks. He came out giving some vague figures where even the government spokesperson from that side, they were to deny, because this is a person who would like to speak so big, but achieving so little. And every time, if you listen to Ruto in the campaigns or in the rallies, this guy is just promising. Then you wonder, if you are promising a dying old woman that you are going to like provide them with good water, with electricity, with what? You are promising even maybe for the people with disability. But you are adding a lot of problems even to enable them access services, may it be health, whatever it is, So I think it is a high time that as Kenyans, we open up our eyes. Whether they will impeach Gachagua or not, we do not want those stories.
Okay.
The fact remains that we elected these guys to run the affairs of our nation and to improve our economy. Actually, if you remember, those were the discussions, the bottom-up economic model. Where did the bottom-up went, Brother Benson? That narrative, why don't we hear it today in the parliament, even when they are proposing some, even if it is the finance bill or what? Why do they fail to show us the connection between what they are doing with the policies that they were proposing? Then you realize these people, they are just lying to us. They think that we are going to easily buy their narrative that, Gachagua is not doing this. Gachagua did not attend the presidential event in Nyeri. His chair was empty. Imagine a leader who was elected by the people going to impeach the deputy president on such basis, other than allowing the deputy president to work. I've heard through his interviews when even he said that he was removed from the diary, the diary WhatsApp group. I've heard his budget to fight with alcohol has been cut. I've heard the committees that he was appointed by the president to represent, the one for coffee, the one for tea. They are no longer giving enough funds. They are no longer releasing the money, so that we see it is the deputy president who is not fulfilling his mandate. But Brother Benson, if today I give you a job and I do not give you resources, how are you going to achieve that?
You cannot.
How are you going to dispense your mandate?
That cannot. But now let's go back to the history, because in the process of formation of this government, actually, majority of Kenya feels that the region of our country that take the share blame of this government is the mountain, because they gave so much. Because even if you look during the campaigns, the place where the president campaigned, almost 99% was in the central Kenya through the churches. And when you look at now, the people who are complaining most are the majority of those people voted for the president, because if you look at Mount Kenya, they do have number of business that they're doing that the taxes now are coming on them, So as the mountain land, or it is just going to be a complaint, then when time comes again, they're going to vote differently.
Let me accept what you have said, that when William Samoei Ruto was campaigning, if there is a region where he visited many times, it was Mount Kenya. And one thing I will tell you, if you remember when they joined hands with the former president, Uhuru Kenyatta, Uhuru said, yake 10 and Yaruto 10. And let me tell you, if there are people who cannot let you down, people who understand promises, people who will not quarrel with you when they promise you something, it is the people of the mountain. And it doesn't mean that we voted for William Ruto because he came from our own community. Ruto, we know where he came from, but we voted for him because there was an agreement. But this guy, whatever he agreed to do for us when we were voting for him in 2022, he is diverting. Instead, he is trying all means to bring the division of all leaders in the mountain. Look at Dede Nyoro. The other day, he was really enjoyed, by very many MPs that he can become the kingpin.
Kingpin, yes.
But the very same people, after receiving some handouts from maybe those executive meetings, they have just dropped him for Kidiki. And it is now about Mount Kenya West, Mount Kenya East joining, so that to have one kingpin or one representative who can represent them to the government. My big question and worry is this. Kithure Kidiki is the Ministry Interior.
Yes.
Of late, there has been alerts about Al-Shabaab, the security state of our nation. If this guy start getting into roads, launching of health projects, let me ask you, are we not creating even loopholes? Is it not a safety risk for Kenyans?
But
so
you see, the problem is that the people of the mountain, that's the people who are going, they made a declaration. The 48 made declaration that the Kindiki is the best. You see, over 200 during JKIAs, over 50 MCAs, and they're saying like, okay, this is the way to go. But the way to go, but if you look at coffee and all that is happening now, what is the ground saying? So we have to say, okay, what is the ground saying?
I can tell you the ground is very disturbed. They do not want William Samoei Ruto. Remember the same during Cheke, they were the ones talking about we do not want. You remember the way they campaigned for Raila?
Yeah.
For example, they were the very same people campaigning for Raila. Today, they are the ones now telling us how Kidiki is good. And you remember, during those times, there was a very great divide in Meru, where there was Kidiki with Rinturi on one side. Then on the other hand, there was this Munya, all those guys, they were on the same side. And during Cheke came out and they gave their own views that, William Samoei Ruto is not the best man. We are supporting Raila Amolo Odinga. Today, they are telling us that, we are selecting Kidiki, who by then used to be a Ruto supporter. I want you to assess that, Brother Benson. We are supporting Kidiki because he will go to the president and bring us direct development. Then, what is the litmus test of their trust? If yesterday they were on this political divide, today they are on this political divide, the very same happens to even the very leaders who went to Nyahururu. Like I've given you an example. The other day they were supporting Dede Nyoro. Today they are supporting Kidiki. That means it's how much I'm getting to be in whatever basket that I'm supporting. So we did not elect leaders. We elected dealers. And these people, they are not going to bring us any development. I can tell you the kind of meetings you usually see them doing. It is because someone knows after that sitting, I am coming out with my 200,000. You had Koibori the other day during the finance bill. He said that MPs they were given 2 million each to support that punitive bill.
Yeah.
And he is a member of parliament. Why don't we have such discussions at this very time when we are saying that Gachagua, yes, he has gone wrong and you want to impeach him? You saw even Gachagua the other day at Marikiti. He was defending the common man, the person, because when they went there during campaigns, they told them how they will expand the market. Today, you come and vacate people from the market, taking them to another area, even with very poor sanitation. So you are piling the problems of our people without providing solution. Then the man who can point out that, you guys, this is not what we promised our people. You just you just crucify him, and you say he is not doing so well with the president. But I can tell you for sure, the only man who can face William Samoei Ruto into his eyes and tell him that you are not doing what we promised our people, it is Rigathi Gachagua. And that's why he is opposed, and all these propagandas, all these narratives. That's why you see William Samoei Ruto would not like to continue with Gachagua. And another point, as Baba prepares to do his campaigns for the AU,
yes,
I can tell you, I do not see Baba clinging on that position. And this will be a double tragedy for William Samoei Ruto, because at the moment, he has realized he cannot secure the votes of the mountain. So the only thing he can do is to divide and rule, with the hope that maybe in Homa Bay or in those areas of Kisumu, when Baba maybe gets to the AU, he is going to get all those votes, you know?
Yeah.
Let me tell you, Raila Amolo Odinga will drop William Samoei Ruto. Wait for next year after those elections, because I can assure you, I do not see Raila succeeding to get into the AU. And on that very same day, that is when he will drop William Samoei Ruto, and he will have learned about him so much. And I can tell you, if they make a mistake of impeaching Gachagua, then they are making him away for 2027. If there is an unpopular candidate for presidency in 2027, it will be William Samoei Ruto.
Okay, and what do you say about people who are saying, because when you are impeached, it kind of like taint your image and you cannot be allowed to run for any office? You see, it happened with the Sonko and Waititu, and other quarters are suggesting that if he realizes that this impeachment is going to take, if he doesn't have numbers, he should resign before impeachment. Do you buy the same idea?
I do not. And I do not see them succeeding to bring down Gachagua. This is the reason. Today, they may try all their best. They have their numbers to that, you know. But the question will be, do not think that tomorrow it will be Gachagua going for president. You know, Gachagua can just decide to sponsor or to campaign for a certain figure. And when that man gets in, just the same way we see people who were impeached, but they still work with the government, either in capacities of advisory, either in capacities of whatever it is, you know? So I can tell you for sure, these guys, they will try. In parliament, they might succeed. In Senate, possibly they might succeed. But let me tell you, there is the judicial system in this country. I've seen how judiciary overturns unfair judgments or unfair rulings from those legislative houses, you know? So to me, I think whatever Ruto is doing is he is telling us we are going to impeach Gachagua because he is not a performer, right?
Yeah.
Or he has paid the oath. Let me tell you, the next step will be we shall start claiming our votes, the 3 million votes. Don't think people are stupid. People will start claiming they have 3 million votes, even if you bring Kidiki, who comes from the Mount Kenya region. We shall claim back our votes, and we shall also ensure that even himself, because we voted them together, they convinced us together. So what is this that is becoming so hard that cannot be tamed of Gachagua through talks? We have seen him call even religious leaders. We have seen him call even other elders from the very communities or even across the country during the broad-based idea. Why doesn't he engage such mediations at this level? You get?
So, let me ask you, because the issue here, because what you're talking about, and this one seems to be the most contentious issue about the votes. And the votes, even the deputy president call it shares. You know, it depends on like the share that you have. And this one seems to be like a very contentious issue that when something arose, we have to say, okay, what about our 3 million votes? Yes, that is there. What about other Kenyans who feel also, yeah, because those quotas also feel that the deputy president is not very happy with the president forming broad-based government. That's some quarters of Kenya are saying so.
There is some truth. Reason being, William Samoei Ruto, during his campaign trails, he told us Raila Odinga ni mganga, ni mtu wa vitendawili. He even told us that this guy do not go to church. So, and this is why he ended up messing even with Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. And that is why they were voted in, because they were able to portray all the evils that they pretended that Raila had. That is how people's trust was won. Today, you are telling us that Muganga is now a good man. You are telling us mtu ya vitendawili siku hizi amekuwa a very wise man. I do not in any way say that all those allegations are true about Raila Odinga. But what I'm trying to describe here or to dissect is hypocrisy among our leaders, especially what we have seen with William Samoei Ruto. He used to visit churches. He used to eat metura and even roasted maize on the roadsides. Today, the very same people is calling us treasoners. The very same people, we are the smugglers. We are the one who are destroying businesses during protest, you know? So there is a very big concern here. And the reason why I can tell you that the way Mount Kenya voted, for example, for us, we never asked for any memorandum of understanding with the president. If you go to the Western, Musalia Mudavadi and Papa Waroma, they have active MOUs. If you go to the coast, Akina Kingi, they have active MOUs. Akina Mutua, why is it that Mount Kenya, we never signed those MOUs and we gave him most of the votes? And today, if we ask for a road through Gachagua, because Gachagua is banking on trust, because it is out of our trust with the people that we voted in this government. We never asked for any MOU. Why is it so hard?
Maybe because you did not have any the agreement that you signed, like other core principles that came in. So you don't have any bargaining power.
Then that is a lot of, then the president should come out and tell us, now that I did not sign with you the MOUs, and I promised to build you or to construct the following roads or to do some development projects. This is our position. And moving forward, if you have to elect me in 2027, let us get into an MOU, which will not happen because we have already tested this man. And I can tell you, his leadership skills or style, we do not want dictatorship in our nation. Okay, just because you are corrected, just because someone is keeping you on the way, you should not get angry. You should listen to the people, and through democracy, You influence your people who are supporting you in the parliament, and they serve the people well. It's not about every morning on the newspaper, on the radio stations. It's about Gachagua, as if Gachagua is the whole nation, as if Gachagua is Gachagua is the medicine in that rural hospital, or Gachagua is those loans that they promised us that they have never given us.
Okay, thank you. And now let's come to the relationship between the Gachagua, because like the relationship between the Gachagua and the former president, because some of the things that the former president actually told the people of the mountain has really come to be true. Yeah. And even the way deputy president attacked the first family the other day, he really confessed that he has reconciled with the president and they're in good terms. Is that one true? And how is the reception of their reconciliation, if it is there, among the mountains residents?
I can tell you for free, Brother Benson,
Mm,
if someone wrongs you,
yeah.
and he or she acknowledges that he has seen his or her mistake and come to you and apologize,
Mhm,
you have no other option than to forgive that person.
mhm.
You see? But these other things about, whatever so and so is saying is not right. I think that's peddling hatred, and a lot of vitriol among our people.
Yeah.
So I believe there is what Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta had warned us.
Yeah.
And I think I've seen some people can really use others to get or to keep climbing high to achieve their goals.
Mhm.
Because why should if you remember during those times we used to discuss on the channel,
Yes.
and we used to talk about Kimwaral, we used to talk about all
Ah,
those development
oh,
corruption. You
mhm.
remember?
Yes.
And people were really so much, they felt so bad about William Samoei Ruto. And I can tell you, I've come to make my observations. If someone can wake up
Mhm.
and get into an agreement with a private entity to discuss on how JKIA, a public good,
Mhm.
can be managed for over 30 years without even taking care or thinking about this is already a profit-making entity. Why are you even proposing that it should be under Kenya Airport Authority, which is a loss-making entity?
Yeah.
We need to understand every step of the decisions that this government is making, because we have seen what they are good at. At the moment, there is no doubt
Mhm.
that we vote in people who have selfish motives, they get into power, then they make their families everlasting affluent,
Mhm.
where we, the Kenyans, the builders of the nation, the taxpayers, we shall end up with very poor families where we
Yeah.
cannot even educate our children, because waking up today, the curriculum is changing to CBC.
Mhm.
Tomorrow, the funding model is changing from help sijui to what,
Yeah.
making it so hard for the life of the common mwananchi. So what I would say is,
The
I
way
wish,
Now, the way
yes,
forward, what can we do, especially as a nation? And secondly, you as the mountain, because you, from all walks of life, because you said that in this government, you contributed a lot by giving a lot of votes. So, what is the way forward as a leader from the mountain? What is the way forward for you so that you can realize that all the challenges that you're going through are addressed? Secondly, and as a nation, what would you want to tell the people?
as a way forward,
Mm-hmm.
I would say let us avoid any leader who is dividing our people. Let us listen to whatever the people that we voted for are talking about. You know, when they were seeking for votes, they were talking the language of, I will bring you a good road, I will bring you a good hospital, I will bring you water. If today that discussion has diverted and someone is telling us so and so is not a good leader, you know, we understand that this is a nation which is ruled through policies. We have a lot of legal infrastructure, you know. We have the executive, we have the judiciary, we have the legislature. If you start telling us that it is the office of the deputy president who proposes the budgets, Brother Benson,
Mm-hmm.
where is the budget made? Is it the president who make the budget?
No, the budget should be in parliament.
The budget is in the parliament. So if you did what you did well, then you defend the budget, then I can tell you people will get the maendeleo you promised them.
Yeah.
But if you keep telling us that so and so is not good, and he was voted by the people, just the very same way you are voted,
Yeah.
then you are making a very bad decision to like tell us all that we did it in wrong faith.
Okay.
So, and in conclusion,
Yeah.
the mountain will not be divided. And people are enlightened, you know. We understand that there are friends who can just keep us temporary, you know, just because of what we can give to them. It is a time where it should be two-way. Give me, I give you. We gave the government of William Samoei Ruto. We elected William Samoei Ruto with very many votes. It is a high time to work for all Kenyans, those who voted for him and even those who did not vote for him. They used to tell us that he will cut tax. Let us see whatever that he was talking about, the fuel levy, let us see it happening now. You know, he used to tell us that President Uhuru is misusing resources. That is why he is overtaxing Kenyans. I've never seen a government, a regime that is overtaxing Kenyans like this one. I've never seen a government that is not ready even to explain why they are proposing some things or some even projects which are illegal, like this one. Let William Samoei Ruto, if it is going out and looking for loans, you know, he used to tell us that he cannot take loans. We have seen if that is true or not through his actions. So Kenyans, wacha tufunguke macho na tujue kuna mahali tulidanganywa. Na mimi nasema hivyo kwa sababu I was one of the person mwenye alistia the campaign ya kutafutia William Samoei Ruto kura. And today, if I were to vote, I will vote otherwise.
Are you regretting for voting or for looking for those kind of votes? Because we are because you are there. You know, you. By the way, Ndeto was very passionate about the president, and I can see a few people here who knows you from the other channel. Somebody alikuwa nauliza huyu ni Ndeto ule, unaona? Kwa sababu ni watu walikuwa najua, lakini sasa wewe ukiangalia una kitu ambacho unaweza sema, ama kuna kile ukiangalia moyoni ulifanya kwamba ulifanya makosa, ama ni ile hali ya kujifundisha?
I would say makosa, kila mtu anakubaliwa kufanya makosa. Especially when you want to give someone an opportunity, you know, because hawezi jua mtu kama haujampatia opportunity. Saa hii tumepea William Samoei Ruto opportunity. Kitu ya kwanza ameanguka, alikuwa ametuambia yeye hataleta upinzani kwa serikali yake. Why? Alisema the reason why Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta alileta Raila ni ili waweze kuiba. That is the language in the campaign trail. Na hapo ndipo wakasema ndio maana hawakuweza kufanyia Wakenya kazi. You remember that?
Yes, I remember.
It is better Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta alifanya hivyo in the second term. After wamefanya kazi. Sasa hii hatujamaliza miaka 2. Wewe mwenyewe umeanza kuteta juu ya your deputy president. Wewe mwenyewe umeanza kusema you know Gachagua is unbearable. Hakuna kitu umefanyia wa Kenya. So mimi I think I cannot regret that I voted in for William Samoei Ruto. We just gave him an opportunity. Yes. We have seen who he is in his true colors. You know, unaambiangwa unaweza osha mnyama fulani na ufikirie atakaa hivyo, lakini bado atarudi.
Najua unataka pole, kwa sababu najua ulikuwa na majukumu mingi wakati wa wakati wa kutafuta unajua, lakini swali ni je, shida iko wapi? Shida iko kwa mwananchi ambaye anadanganywa, ama shida iko kwa yule kiongozi ambaye anadanganya?
Shida iko hapa. When William Samoei Ruto was seeking for our votes, alienda kila county na akadevelop zinaitangwa, what are they called? There is a certain word inapotea. Akadevelop all those, ni kama tu MOUs na different groups of people, business,
memorandum of understanding. We say the memorandum with people.
Good. Na akaonyesha venye serikali yake imefanya public participation hadi wakajua why he should start from bottom going up. You get?
Yeah.
Mimi nauliza hizo vitu zote, hizo kamiti za vijana zenye ulikuwa unasema you will be funding, hizo kamiti zote za wamama zenye ulikuwa unasema you will be supporting, today ni kwa nini vijana wanatokea kwa streets? Is it because wamepewa pesa mingi wanagawana, wengine wanachukua, wengine wanakosa kuchukua? The message is clear that hakuna mtu anasaidika. Heli Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta alikuwa na vijana mtaani. You know, he knew what he was doing. Today we have only bulged criminality. We are even criminalizing our young people just because there is poor system where you do not accommodate other people to come in and do the job and get something. You know, it is so bad. Mtu kukaa, then you think that you can decide for over 60 million Kenyans. That is uncalled for. Whether you are the president, whether you are a governor, whoever you are, that is uncalled for.
Okay. Asante sana. Na unapata kuwa kuna watu ambao walipoteza maisha yao, ama wale mafamilia ambao mpaka saizi bado wajui wa mafamilia zao hawako, pia wanajaribu kutafuta haki, na unapata kama hiyo haki haikuji. Juzi tu ama si jana, wanaharakati walienda pale, lakini uliona venye ilikuwa na mavurugu mengi sana. Lakini kuna wakati pia alikuwa Kisumu akasema kuwa yeye hajapata majina kwa wale ambao labda walikufa wakati wa maandamano, ama wale ambao walikuwa wamepotea kwa njia tatanishi. Nalisema hajapata kama hicho. We kwako hiyo inaweza kuwa ni ukweli, ama ilikuwa ni njama tu labda ya kujibika tu kama kiongozi?
mimi ninaona hivi brother Benson, wakati watoto ama vijana wa maskini wanauliwa kule mtaani, you can imagine the children of these leaders, where are they? Some of them even are not in Kenya, you know. And the only way you can get some pain or get to understand why people are talking the way they are talking ni hiyo kitu ikiingia kwa nyumba yako. Juzi nimeona Masengeli, the court, because it is there to provide justice to everyone, they summon him. Anakataa kutokea kwa sababu kuna vijana walikuwa wanasemekana walishikwa na hao watu hawajawahi patikana. Why is it that the very day ana show up in the court ndio vijana wanapatikana na huku Gachie na mwingine anapatikana na huku Thogoto, you know? Then you say that you are not the one who have been holding this young men. Let me say this, that sisi tumeona chenye wale viongozi wenye tulichagua wanaweza tufanyia, na kama hii ndio ilikuwa serikali ya kusaidia maskini, kama if this is what it means kusaidia maskini, sisi tunajua katika nchi yetu sidhani hivyo ndivyo inafaa. Because 60 people compensating 60 families, for example, even if it is 10 million each, the government cannot keep going round. That is too small. These guys are talking about projects of 90 billion. We are hearing of billions of money zinaibiwa na watu. Then kucompensate hizi familia hata sidhani wanaweza maliza 1 billion. Even those who are not known whereabouts, you know. If the government has all this intelligence today, for example, through your phone, these people can easily trace where you are. There is even another technology where they only need to scan all your fingerprint. Even you can be traced anywhere across the country. Then you are telling us, with all those equipment, with all those expertise, you don't know where about some young Kenyans who woke up early one day to bring justice to this nation. Let me tell you, today you may not, when you are on that seat, you may not provide us with solutions. But I know, like God had chosen someone by the name Saul. Then Saul went against the will of God. God chose a boy called David. And it is through David that Israel was recovered. So let no one lie to us that William Samuel Ruto is the David. With all those impunities in his government, with all those things, I can tell you God is choosing a young man. A David is coming.
But asante. Na unajua hauwezi toka bila sisi kuzungumzia watu wa upinzani, kwa sababu leo nilikuwa nimeona walienda kwa ibada ya wafu kwa wale watoto ambao walipata janga pale, waliopata ile pale Nyeri, yeah? Lakini ukiangalia maviongozi hao, ukiangalia maneno ambao mazungumzo yao haikukuwa inaambatana na siku hiyo, kwa sababu mimi nilikuwa nasubiri kusikia mtu anauliza, na wao watu wataka kurudi shule, mkakati kabambi imewekwa kwamba kuna those exits, yeah? Is there somebody who should be held responsible for this and the reports? But the leaders who were there, they spoke, but they say, okay, we are standing with Rigathi Gachagua, not even standing with the family members. What that one will say about the opposition too. We cannot talk about the government without mentioning what the opposition are doing.
Yeah, first, you know, I take this chance to condole with those families, losing such beautiful young angels. I know it's a big blow to whichever the families were affected. But having said that, when it comes to what the opposition leaders were talking about, I saw Kalonzo saying that advising or strengthening the deputy president, that he will not leave him. I saw this other guy called Wamalwa, he said he used to work with Kibaki, Uhuru, and even in the future, if there is an opportunity, people from Western, he said they can also do so well with the people of the mountain.
Yes.
And also, to divert a bit, I also saw Malala last Sunday advising the president, So I can tell you that from what I see, whatever the plot that these young leaders, MPs, they have to impeach Rigathi Gachagua.
Yeah.
The table might be overturned. You find that all those who are elected through Jubilee, they may take a different direction.
Yeah.
All the member of parliament and Kalonzo, Wiper, they may take a different direction. Not all ODM leaders want William Samuel Ruto to succeed. So if the problem is Rigathi Gachagua, they would like Rigathi to continue there, so that at 2027, they will have a very good ground to bring out this person. So at this stage, you may find a lot of people are paid. They are peddling a lot of rumors on how Gachagua will be impeached. But I really want to see that motion and to see if this guy will really survive on the same.
Okay.
So
somebody is saying Ndeto should apologize to Kenyans. We told him not to follow Ruto. Sasa analia, wao ndio wametuletea shida na ndio wanalia kutuliko.
The beauty is I voted, but there are millions of Kenyans who never voted. I think those are the worst group, because they did not vote. Maybe Ndeto vote could have been neutralized by 10 Omera votes, because if you remember, the competition was so stiff. And I think if even maybe the people from Homa Bay, from those sides, if they came up in large numbers, I think over 700 people, they did not vote. So if they did as we did in Mount Kenya, I think we could be speaking a different story. So next time, let all Kenyans
vote. Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Ndeto. You are at liberty to leave the studio. And before you leave, you can, your last remarks to our viewers and those who are insisting that you have to apologize. There's so many people are saying, Ndeto, you have to apologize for them for voting. And so I don't know what you will do.
I think I cannot really apologize for voting in a man who I knew was a good man.
Yeah.
But he has turned to be something different, I think there is a saying that say, if you want to know the true character of a man, give him power. So we gave William Samoei Ruto power. He has the money. Now we can see who he really is. So, and were we not, maybe if we did not give him a chance,
yes,
we would not have even such a discussion. So, but having said that, thank you so much, Brother Benson, for always giving me a chance to share ideas with fellow Kenyans, to enlighten someone. The way we discuss, I know someone may have understood something in a different way.
Yeah.
And that is how it should be. So I would encourage you also, let us keep doing this. Let us keep even coming up with shows to tell Kenyans where we go wrong when it comes to elections, and even to try and broadcast the aspect of civic education so that every Kenya remains responsible. We force our leaders to be accountable. And I think through that, we are going to achieve the Vision 2030 that Mwai Kibaki left with us, you know? So thank
Okay.
you so much. And it
I
was pleasure.
Okay, I appreciate you big time. And if time comes, are you still going to run for the Kinangop MP, or like umeamua kusahau kuachana na mambo ya siasa?
It is still early. If people feel that they need some change,
Mm,
you know, I will listen to the people.
yeah.
Yeah, so if the people feel like hapa kuna kiongozi anaweza tutetea, anaweza tusaidia,
Mhm.
I will be their servant.
Okay, thank you. And you know somebody by the name Eric Ayaga? We used to have him on the show. Remember him?
Ayaga.
Yes. Ayaga is saying, can I
Yes.
have can I have an interview with Ndeto, please? Not today, but any other day.
He is welcome.
Okay.
I'm always open,
Yeah.
and plan for it. Then we shall come in and have
Okay.
a discussion.
Okay. Thank you so much. I will make sure that I plan then talk to you early about your schedule with Ayaga on how we can do it. So you can have that debate. But Mr. Ndeto, thank you so much. And we also have kama unauliza wa Kenya, what about Kinangop? Mtu anauliza Kinangop iko aje?
Kinangop bado tuko nyuma,
Uh-huh.
because our MP was one of the guys who went to Nyahururu
Uh-huh.
to say that they don't want Gachagua, they want Kidiki. But kuna shida mingi sana. So, and we don't want people who can be bought easily through some amount of money. You forget the purpose of serving the people. We just want leaders who can stand, you know, see leaders like Onyonka, you know,
Yeah.
that guy, I always emulate him.
Uh-huh.
A person who will tell Kenyans the truth in parliament, on the screens, and even when he is on the ground. And you can see he never contradicts himself. I
Mhm.
wish we can have 10 Onyonkas in this nation. Then our nation will be better.
Okay, thank you. Somebody saying Ndeto ako kwa fence. You're sitting on the fence. We labda uko huku na uko huku. Sasa hao ni watazamaji wetu ambao anasema Ayaga is saying he should also bring it used to be Dukes. It used to be Duke, Julia, if he can remember them all. Yes, Julia. Yeah, you remember Julia. Duke. It has been a while since I've never heard from Duke, and I don't see him on the screens no more. I don't know what happened to Duke, but Julia, he's with Sound Candid. Sometimes he's there, so it's not. We can get Julia. Yeah, and
Yeah, it's something that we can revive because we really need to enlighten Kenyans.
okay. Kama kuna jambo nilisoma vibaya, nauliza Bro Benson, umesoma vibaya. Nauliza kama aliuliza Wakenya kwa Ruto, how about Kinangop? He will auction it mapema. Ah, pole sana kwa kusoma vibaya.
It's okay. It's
Eh,
okay. You know, I know that we were born for a purpose, for a reason.
yeah.
So, and I always believe that it is the heart. Whatever your heart intends to do,
Eh,
that is God.
this is
You know,
aliuza yani sold mapema. Okay. Do you remember this face is called keep?
Keep.
Before you leave? You
I
don't?
think is
Keep unamkumbuka kweli?
Huyu jamaa mkora, mkumbuka sana. Mkora huyu. Bunwas kwanza. Kazi mkora kule.
unaona hata ukumbuki jina.
Timati Ndeto.
Huyu ni Ndeto.
Amejaribu kununua miwani ndio achanganya hapa Ndeto alikuwa naye. Nywele ilikuwa mbaya, amejaribu kutengeneza kidogo akuwe kama Kalonzo.
You know, let me tell you, in this world, if you do not make mistakes, you will never learn. And in most cases, I like it when people are correcting me.
Yeah.
And it shows that you are growing, whether political wise, economic wise. Like when you hear people trying to evaluate, you know, that shows there is some change somewhere.
Okay, Mr. Ndeto, thank you so much. You are at liberty to leave if you want, my brother, and we thank you so much.
No, he has not to leave. He has been cheating us here. I was listening on him.
Yeah.
I forget some questions because you did not bring me inside him.
Yeah.
I think you should also wait for Eric. Eric had some questions for him, Mr. Ayaga.
Yes, you don't let this guy
shared the link.
You will go Eric, until 2027 again, he will come back.
Eric should
Yeah, Keep raised the question. What is the question, Keep?
No, wait for the other guys to come because there's some things you've been talking about there.
I'm sharing.
I'm forgetting. I forgot.
I'm sharing the link. I'm sharing the link at the comment section.
Still remember.
At the comment section, let anyone who wants to join.
But the beauty with the Ndeto, when I shift, I resonate with the times. So at the moment, whatever you have heard me talk about, even if 10 of you comes here now, then you will buy my idea at the end of it. Because if it is,
you cannot buy idea of failures who did not get any vote. We buy ideas of the winners.
If you are supporting William, Keep. It's just an observation I'm making. Today I do not support him. So if you do not also support him,
you know you are coming. Let me tell you, you are coming here late. We've been discussing all those things even with Gen Z's here. I don't know where you have been. Somebody who is supporting William Ruto right now is only you. Don't come here to cheat us that you are not supporting. You are the one supporting. In fact, you are standing for MCA using the UDA party. Don't cheat us here.
It was not MCA. Let me correct you. It was not MCA. It was MP. And by then, not it is only a fool who do not change how they do or think about things. So that's why I've told you.
It is now that you have to refer me to be a fool. You want to refer me to be a fool.
You see now.
No, my friend. No,
I think
you cannot say like that. You cannot say like that.
If you have listened to me, maybe you are a support. That's why I'm calling you a Ruto supporter. Because if you have listened to me, then we do not have. I don't know why we are even discussing about it. If we are Martin, all on one side,
what is wrong with you? Let me ask you one question, Martin. Are you having a problem forgetting things or remembering things or what? Because it's like you are not the one who are yani, I don't know, hata ungeingia mapua ya watu tukiwa mtembei kama mtu alikuwa anapinga Ruto. Mbona unaongea hapa ni kama wewe
hata mbinguni sahi? Hata nimesikia wewe you are not referring to Ndeto. Wewe una refer to Martin. So I'm not Martin.
Martin Ndeto, of course.
No, I'm not even Martin Ndeto.
This is Mutua. This is a different.
I'm Mutua Ndeto, a very different character from the one you are purporting that ageingia kwa mapua ya watu. Mimi, let me tell you today.
Yeah.
I am not in the mood of politics. Today, I am in the mood of encouraging Kenyans.
Yeah.
We fight for justice of the people, those who lost their loved ones in those protests, vijana ambao walishikwa, you know, those are the things that we should be discussing, because it doesn't mean that if today I marry a very good wife, then it reaches a point, even after even having children, we divorce. Then you start telling me that I'm still there. No. Change is as good as moving on. And if yesterday
I think it's like only that we are differing with your names only, but you are the same person. We know. Only the name is different, but your character, your everything is defining yourself the way you are on previous platforms. Don't think that
nauliza ugesema Deto hii na hii ndio sijaelewa kukuhusu. I would like
nimekuwa nikienda narudi sijaelewa, lakini kuna mahali nilijaribu tu kukusikiza hivi. You are against the impeachment of Rigathi Gachagua. That's what I know. Even me, I'm against that. I don't want that, because
that is
they
not
were elected together as a
yeah. I'm against.
What are you saying?
I'm saying impeaching Gachagua is not the solution to Kenyans. Our problems are so many. Our problems are so many beyond the propaganda. This, you know, they are just keeping us busy.
Brother Benson, can I say something? Haraka nipote.
Yes,
because I've been mentioned. Can I clarify? There is a Martin Ndeto, and then there's this other Ndeto. Please secure my name. Huyu aliharibu kabisa, hata karibu niharibu dini yangu nitoe jina huko. Kuna Martin Ndeto na kuna hii. Nimesikia mkinigwara vibaya huko. Let's clarify. There is this and then there's that.
Unajua huyu jamaa alichoma sana. Sasa ni vile tu tumechanganya majina, lakini the face we are referring to is this one. Not any other face. It's the one. Amevaa chat huyu chat ya malaini huyu.
Uzuri sasa ile kitu inanifurahisha, kila mtu ananijua. So nimewaambia kwenye nilikuwa mwana mpotevu. Leo hii mimi nimeona njia.
Okay, thank you so much. And you are okay. You are at liberty to leave, because I know tomorrow you're going for work, and we thank you and appreciate you so much for coming to our show. Next time I will organize with the Yaga so that we can have a debate for both of you, so can see where it is. So my brother, you are at liberty to leave. Thank you so much.
So asante sana. Salama, tuonane kesho. Libertax.
Sawa, keep. And don't confuse people.
I confuse names. People, I confuse names.
Okay, thank you so much, Brother Ndeto, and I see you. Hey, asante sana kwa wale ambao wamekuwa na sisi. Ani, thank you so much. BM, thank you so much. Egyptian Corner, Tuni Muhammad, thank you so much. So, Makubura, habari gani?
Kwa salama, nashukuru.
Maisha niko vizuri. Leo kazi imekupeleka aje?
Kazi na tusukuma hapa na pale. Lakini kwa uwezo wake Mwenyezi Mungu tunapambana vilivyo mdogo, na tuna imani ya kwamba tutafika pale ambapo tunafikiria ama
Okay, sawa. Keep na wewe siku yako imekuwa aje ama bado hamjafika kwa siku mpya?
Imeisha bwana, siku imekuwa busy hivi kutafuta hela hivi. Najua hakuna kitu kingine natafuta hii dunia, ni pesa na kungoja kuenda safari ya mbinguni.
Okay,
Hakuna kitu kingine.
na ani ananiambia Benson, why are you protecting this Ndeto guy? Protect yawa. I'm not protecting him.
Unajua umemrelease aende na watu walikuwa wanamtaka kabisa.
Ameni text. Unajua ameniambia nataka kuenda, so nikasema aende.
Alafu unajua makosa ulifanya, ulimwacha kwa studio for a very long time. Akaenjoy hiyo freedom peke yake.
So nilikuwa najua kwa sababu lakini next time kuna nani pia tunatafuta. Kuna mwingine rafiki yetu pia mwingine alikuwa anaitwa Duke. Duke pia tunamtafuta, tukimpata tutamleta. Sijui kama unamkumbuka.
Tunavunia Duke. Hata tunataka utuletee pia Bernard, huyo wa SCT, executive host. Mlete hapa.
I will talk to Mato. Tuongee, tumlete hapa, tuongee naye. Akuje hapa.
Unajua wakati walikuwa ile side nyingine hawako wanafikiria kuna Kenya ya kesho.
Ndamleta pia tuzungumze naye pia, is a very good friend of mine.
Lakini ukileta yeye na siko online, hakikisha umenipata.
I will have to let you know. I'll talk to him today. I'm going to text him right now and I will get his response. Then isikia, alafu ndakuambia kama akona nafasi atakuja. So he's a good friend. So naona Tuni Muhammad anacheka, anasema ndamleta. So
najua ripoti itamfikia hata kabla umtext. Atapata ripoti.
Pia
namkaribisha sana hapa. Sio kwa ubaya, lakini to fix 1 to 3 things about our country.
All right.
And how he has been pinning other people down in the SCT.
Okay, thank you so much.
To come here to say that.
Gibson Kona nasema bring Lee McQueen. I will try from a friend from Kisumu because I know he's in Kisumu, so I will try to reach some of my good friends in Kisumu who has his number. We can try. If he accepts to come, it will be a plus for us. So I will try my level best on Lee McQueen, Bernard, and so I will try. So what is this going on between Robert Alai and Edwin Sifuna? I saw he tweeted something. Is that a warning to Sifuna that he might not be enjoying the executive post of the Secretary General?
Is it a question to me or to Brother Kip?
You or any one of you, because it's something that I saw on the tweet.
Can you frame the question, because maybe I had a problem with network? I think nilipotea kidogo.
There is this tweet that Robert Alai sent about Edwin Sifuna. Let me just look at it.
Okay. As you look for it, allow me to acknowledge and to really say thank you to our viewers. I can see the consistency na wako rada. Round hii wamesema ya kwamba ukileta guest mwenye anataka kupeleka watu the wrong way wanamsalimia. I've seen a text here. There's someone saying that hata yule Nyanza coordinator wa UDA umlete pia tumsalimie. Si ati ukimleta unamfunga peke yake kwa studio. Okay.
Okay, I'll talk to him. Honorable Kennedy Ondiek, the UDA coordinator.
Yeah.
I will talk to him. Let me see. Is that possible?
So, on that question that you've asked, I think what is really going on is, if you remember what Sifuna did while they were probing this issue of Adani.
Okay.
They were very strict they asked very serious questions in the parliament. And I think it was those ODM sycophants or diehards or bloggers didn't really find the question that they asked good enough for them. So that's why they're just trying to warn the Secretary General that as much as he's asking those tough questions, he should know that the person who is in that docket is someone from ODM, probably Raila's Raila's political son. So in one way, I think walikuwa wanajaribu tu kumwambia that ni kama anachoma. But the question is, as a people, there's something we need. We need accountable leader, a leadership that is accountable. Those people who can be asked, those people who knows what is happening in their dockets, those who can give clear information, because that is what we want as a people. So that is what really happened between Sifuna and Alai. Remember, Alai has been a blogger for ODM for quite some time. So, and this issue of threatening Sifuna, this is not the first time. You know, last time when Sifuna stood and said that there was some accusation that ODM was in talks with the government to give them some cabinet secretaries. And Sifuna came out and said that if anyone is planning to do that, they should do that at their own, at their personal stages. They should not involve the party. But you remember the member of parliament from Btwn, that is
Opondo Kaluma.
Yeah, MP Opondo Kaluma. He came out and said to Mr. Secretary General Sifuna that he should know that the post that he's holding is a temporary one, and they can throw him out anytime. Yeah. So one thing that I've also seen, Sifuna is not really happy with ODM. He's not very free to give his opinion of late. We've seen him even not going to media to speak against the government the way he used to be. And I think that is the issue that is there between him and those ODM diehards, because they still expect him to come out and defend the government, but he cannot do that. He doesn't have points to maybe support the government. So if he goes maybe against the government, some of them, the likes of Psychophants Alai, they will come out and try very much to protect Raila's political offense. Let me say so.
Okay, thank you. Kip, do you have something to say about that?
I was saying that maybe the network threw me out there.
Yeah.
But maybe I might have catch from Mark. You see, Sifuna now is no longer so much active in ODM politics as he used to be. Same case to Babu Owino, even though you see Babu Owino, even the body language in parliament, he seems to be like so much on Raila Odinga's position in Heyu. I think even for Babu Owino, he's praying so hard that Raila should not get that position. Those are the people they survive at the back of Raila Odinga to be elected. You know, if you make just noise, making noise about someone, using someone's name, like that one of Raila Odinga, you definitely qualify for the next term. When what was his name? Oparanya was being questioned by the committee that were asking questions to be a cabinet secretary. You saw the body language of this MP for Kenya.
Currently, the minority leader, Junet Mohammed. Junet Mohammed.
He was trying to coach the Oparanya that don't accept that thing about what happened when he was the governor, or when he was, I don't know, minister for what. You tell him not to accept. So, meaning in ODM, you cannot dispense your knowledge on matters of integrity. You have to respect somebody, you know that this is from our party. Don't question him that much. You see? Until they are taking that time to make the body language to Oparanya not to accept what the panelists were asking him there. So many times, Sifuna now, I see Sifuna, maybe in the next election, it will be very hard for him to survive in ODM.
Okay.
If at all Raila Odinga will get the HU position, I foresee something like the one that happened to someone by the name Margaret Langat. If some of you were are you born by then? Mark, I don't know you are born.
No, Margaret Langat.
Why you know that? Mark doesn't know that.
I saw, you know, social media don't lie. I saw he was actually forced from yeah. So as much as I wasn't really there to see for myself, but I've been a keen student of history. I've looked for that in the social media and I saw what really happened.
Alitolewa Orange House.
Yeah, I saw that.
Alafu tena, there's something also that I read somewhere in I read it somewhere, and also we were having a discussion with somebody, and he also kind of like confirmed to me, but it's rumored that despite the assurance from the head of state, former head of state, reconciling with the deputy president, but Mutai Kagwe, he said that has been making several moves to going to the ranch of the president, the one in Narok. He has been spotted there quite several, and this is fueling the fact that he might be prepared to be like the kingpin of Mount Kenya. I don't know whether that could be true. Then another thing also that Mutai Kahiga said today, we have not forgotten, I quote, we have not forgotten Kalonzo for standing with President Mwai Kibaki during the burial. So those are kind of like a political statements, and they tend to send some signals. Maybe there's something that is working between President, Deputy President, and Kalonzo.
And do you think they'll beat the Samoans?
If they have to, they will have to work more harder than the work they're putting, because what is there? This is what is going to happen. You know, when you're coming to compete with the president right now, you have to make sure that you have financially you're very stable, because the transaction of the politic transaction that takes place in the field, it's of high moneyed. So if you don't have money, then that transaction part of it is there. If they're not so much moneyed, that is one. Then secondly, you know, something usually happens with Kalonzo, the public trust, you know, he has been fighting that public trust for the longest time, you know. So I don't know how he can make it possible for him to gain the public trust. So that is something that is also there, especially from other regions.
Let me ask you, Ben, one question or two. If the impeachment of Deputy President will succeed, tell me more about this thing of Kalonzo and Rigiji as per the Constitution.
And that
tell me more. Because if the impeachment will succeed, remember, Rigiji will not be anywhere around politics of Kenya.
No.
If he will resign,
yeah,
that is a story of another day. We can discuss that.
And that's what I was saying. That's what I was saying is like if he's very sure that he doesn't have numbers, yeah. If he's very sure that he doesn't have numbers, so what he can do, he can resign before the impeachment. So that one will means that he has not been impeached, you know. So he doesn't have that one in his record, you know. But if he waits until he gets impeached, for him to come back and vie, somebody might challenge that one in court. What happened to Mike Sonko and Waititu? Yeah. So the best thing that he can do, if he is very sure that the numbers that he has cannot defeat his impeachment, then he should resign, so that they will say that he resigned before his impeachment. So he's good on that. So somebody cannot pin him on the court of law that you are impeached of this and this and this and this. But if you wait until you get impeached, that one means if he runs for president or any other position in the electives, there will somebody will be going to court to challenge that.
So now, let's come now to this thing of Kalonzo Musyoka and Deputy President 2027. If we are now basing on if the impeachment will succeed, you'll not be seen anywhere in the ballot. Someone will go to court, challenge.
Yeah.
Let's say now he will not be impeached.
Yeah.
2027 will go by himself with Kalonzo Musyoka.
Yes.
Who will agree to be led by who? Do you think Rigiji will allow Kalonzo to be his president? Do you think Kalonzo will allow Gachagua to be his deputy or his president? Kalonzo has been number 2 for life. And it will be another war, which I know it cannot work.
So if they go by any chance, because as things stand right now, we might feel like they can have the support of so many people, including maybe if the Gen Z do not have any presidential candidate. Yeah. So we will say that even the mountain, due to that sympathy vote, the mountain can rally behind him and say, okay, this is our guy. Then Kalonzo will give 100%. So what we do not know that what will happen with other regions like the Nyanza, the Western Kenya, if they have like that division part of it whereby the Natembeas come with a strong force and make sure that the Western Kenya votes are divided, then that one could work for him, despite the fact that president might come in with a very strong campaign. And also, if also Kenyans will not be swayed by the transactional politics, whereby you say that you've given a certain amount of money, then you say, okay, I rather get the money and go vote. That now you don't think rightfully, but you think because you've been given money. Not you don't. I mean, sorry, you vote because you've been given money. So there are so many things that will play.
There are so many factors that will affect Kalonzo Musyoka and Tugiji. Because in the first place, Kalonzo Musyoka ni jamaa wa baby, atashikilia baby tupe pesa ya campaign. Rigiji ako sawa na pesa, hawezi kubali kufund huyu akuwe president. Yeye asimame presidency, lakini huyu amfund. Sisemi Kalonzo hana pesa, no, but itakuwa ile wewe umeleta nini kwa meza. None. So we will see somebody even emerging from nowhere supporting Rigiji or deputizing him.
But remember also something that can come out, they can plant somebody to divide the votes and sponsor somebody, especially from Mount Kenya.
Obviously, we have those people we call pacemakers.
Yeah. So that is also something that is there.
Okay, maybe my point or my comment on that is that politically anything is possible. I can see my friend Mato is saying Kalonzo can't work with Gachagua. I want to tell him that there's nothing impossible in politics. Remember sometimes back Kalonzo used to say that Gachagua was the worst politician or the deputy president that Kenya has ever had. But again, immediately Azimio started having issues when ODM shifted to the government side, Kalonzo stood and said that they're going to play the opposition role together with even the deputy, because the deputy president had already started playing the opposition role. When the first impeachment motion was started, when that discussion was brought forth, Kalonzo and his team, they came out and said that they will stand with the deputy president. And then now again, they have confirmed that. But politically, remember words spoken by politicians, whenever they speak about something, it is something that they've started talking about. If you keenly followed what the governor of Nyeri was saying, then automatically you'd agree that what Kalonzo is saying, and that there are some talks between Kalonzo and the deputy president. Because remember, the governor said that Kalonzo stood with Kibaki in the sometimes back, and there's nothing wrong them also standing with him or supporting him. So politically, anything is possible, and our friend Anne is also saying here that Ogopa Murima, they're playing the cards closer to their chest. That is very true. I think Mulima is the only place that the cards that they play at I don't know, wanaicheza ile ligi ya juu. If you're not really keen, unaweza kuwa unaiona hivi, kumbe wao wanaona differently. And another thing to note is that Mount Kenya is the only place that when they decide, I think once they have gone through a tough government, automatically something brings them back together. But this time around, there might be a difficulty in that because of the issue of Gen Zs. Remember, now there are three factors or three different groups, one led by the deputy, one led by those who support William Samoei Ruto, and one led by the Gen Zs, those who stand alone. So ours, I think, is to just wait and see. But the politics of 2027 is going to be a tough one. Expectations are actually not going to be met as tumekuwa tukiona, because this time around majority were the youths. They have a different opinion politically, and again, remember, most Kenyans have also gone through a tough life, being that politicians have been promising them of so many things, promising them of heaven, but are they actually doing nothing? So there are people having negativity towards politicians, especially those who have stayed in politics for quite some time. Should there be a possibility of newcomers coming in, then the likes of Morara and the likes of that activist, the Busia senator, the likes of Onyonka, and those leaders who have been seen by the young people as the fighters or the activists, should they front one of them and then gang up behind them? I'm quite sure that the voting pattern would actually change come 2027. Maybe keep your opinion.
Network is not good, huh? Because you are breaking up, breaking up. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
2027, it is a very tough one because I foresee, because somebody somewhere in the comment section is saying that the impeachment will succeed. I'll want to foresee this election because it will be the only election in life, my entire life, that the marriage will be broken, and the president has to continue. The incumbent has to continue looking for votes. I'll want to see how it will be when we have one president for 10 years, but two deputies, 5 years, 5 years. I'll want to see if it will work. So those are some of the very interesting things awaiting 2027. And we remember we have Matiang'i also, even though that 1 + 1 for him is 11. I know him. He cannot go anywhere. He's just there to destroy votes for other leaders. And also, we don't have also to dance in the field because we are not sure of this position of AU. I've been seeing so many people that are castigating that Raila will not get it. So I wonder, are these people stealing votes or what? These people, they don't want anything for Raila. When Raila joined government with William Ruto, they don't like. When Raila goes for presidential candidate, they cannot vote for him. when Raila goes for anything they don't like. So everything Raila does, these people they don't want until now. Even the position that is not in Kenya, even though it will be representing Kenya in African Union, people they are so much negative on it. So because the people are so negative on it, let Raila come back 2027. And I know politics will be a very tough one. It will be a very tough one. There is something the other guy said who was cheating us here with Benson. That if Raila fails the AU position, that is the end of Raila and Ruto as far as the politics of Nyanza are concerned. And that one, I'm sure. After the end of it, if he will not get it, the supporters will tell Raila, now go back to ODM, seek for presidential candidate 2027. We will support you. That one I can agree on that. Itakuwa telezi 2027, itakuwa telezi sana. That is kama Rigiji ataondoka tu hiyo UDH, itakuwa telezi sana.
Okay, brother Keep, I think we should now close the show because mimi ni kama nimeanza kuendaenda.
Naona unaenda ukirudi. So anyway, we need to see the other things concerning this leadership, because you've been seeing the president each and every time Mudavadi ako hapa na yeye. We don't know, something might be cooking that we don't know. Those are some of the things we need to consider also.
We've also seen putting very close these ODM guys. So the politically that's cooking.
There is something cooking between.
I remember Oparanya, Joho, and Oparanya, Joho. All those people qualified to be the deputy president. So there's much that you should expect other people. But again, what would determine that is the voters of the Republic of Kenya.
So in Kenya, anything is possible. We cannot just sit here and our people in the comment section, they cannot just be there commenting. They should also be having those ideas of why Mudavadi each and every time ako US, ako Germany, sijui next week tena wako wapi, wako Congo. There must be something. Anaambiwa jikoni yangu iko hapa, hapo ni sitting, hapo ni bedroom. So ukiendeleza chunga hapa. There's something. So there's something between Nyanza, Western, and Rift Valley being led by William Ruto. There's something cooking.
Okay. Yeah. So allow me to take this opportunity. Yeah, allow me to take this opportunity first to say thank you to our viewers. We really appreciate. Thank you for your consistency. Thank you for being with us. I know we've gone past midnight over here, and you're still with us. We really appreciate. Brother Keep, asante sana kukuwa na sisi kwa studio mpaka saa hizi. Tunashukuru sana. So tomorrow we'll also have a show. So kindly, if you get time, you'll also join. And any other person who is interested in joining, we do send the link. You are highly welcome to join and be part of those giving their opinion.
Also, you need to check on the StreamYard side, because some people they'll just be checking on it on YouTube, and they want to share, or they want to come in.
Okay,
but
fine. We'll do
that accessibility.
Yeah. So Annie saying Keep kuja, unaweza enda upande ingine.
Huko hakuna, huko watanifukuza. Watanifukuza mbio sana. Huko bwana, huko unajua bado hakuna ile ukazumba ya election ya last election.
I've heard so many people saying the same thing. I'm wondering what is really happening over there.
Huko ni hatari. Huko kuna uchanja ingine wabunua zingine wala haieleweki.
Okay, yeah. So this is Brother Benson Media. Here we say your opinion matters.
Anyway, hakuna shida. I'll try to see.
Okay. Okay, thank you to everyone. Have a blessed morning.
Imeenda.
Sorry? Can you hear me?
Are you there? Naona network inasumbua kidogo.
Yeah, I think hii network yangu leo haiko very stable. I was saying that
I think
taking this to now wish you a blessed night, a blessed morning, afternoon, and everyone. Thank you so much, and see you tomorrow, our viewers. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.